Okay, there we go. All right, welcome everybody to the Purse Power Let's Share the Journey call. I'm thrilled to death to have you here today. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. So I will do my best to call on everyone. If I miss you for some reason, we'll try to get to you at the end. And let's go ahead and start with Michelle. What I'd like you to do is just say who you are and what you do.
My name is Michelle Williams, and I oversee the marketing for Victoria Woods, the financial diva at Chapelwood Financial Services.
Perfect. And Victoria, you're next in the list. Go ahead.
I am Victoria Woods. I'm the CEO and Chief Investment Advisor at Chapelwood Financial Services, host a radio show. It's all about the money, honey. And I'm just thrilled because our gym opened today, so I actually got to go work out. So I'm thrilled to death.
Yay!
I got my nails done. I got my hair done Friday, so I feel like a new person.
And we're in an area of the country where people can do that. I'm sure some of the folks on the
Yeah.
call aren't so lucky. Okay, okay. Whoever has the 410 area code.
That's me, Susan, I think.
Okay, Susan, go ahead.
Yes, it's me. Yes. My name is Susan Shares, and I am a lawyer based in Washington, D.C., but currently doing my homestay in East Maryland. And my area of expertise is intellectual property law. And by the way, the person who just got their hair cut and the nails done, I'm telling you, because we're still on homestay, I feel like the end of the time I'm going to look like Rip Van Winkle.
Won't we all, right?
Yeah.
Won't we all? Okay, Ann, go ahead.
Yes, Ann Elliott. I'm the founder of the Vercana Company, a business consulting executive coaching company. I specialize in working with women, and I'm the chapter chair of the Women Presidents Organization in Columbia, South Carolina.
Perfect. Welcome, Ann. Okay, Jane Beckendorf.
All right, Jane Beckendorf from Edmond, Oklahoma, and owner and marketing director for BF Farms, where we raise grass-finished beef and lamb.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, Marilyn.
Hi, I'm Marilyn Crognard, and I'm the president and COO of Spirit Human Resources here in Oklahoma City. And we provide outsourced HR services to small businesses here and in other locales. We have an office in Tampa, Florida. And we're just excited to be able to help support small businesses, especially in this time that we can help provide them with education.
You bet, you bet. All right, Nan McKay.
Well, I'm Nan McKay, and I have 4 podcast shows, and I would like anybody who is interested to, Victoria is going to be podcasting with me, and you have Donna, and I'd like to invite anybody else to contact me if you would like to tell your story.
Very good, thank you. Okay, Patricia.
Good morning. I just started a little investment company called 911 Studios, and we're a woman-owned company. Partners are all women, and we're looking to help women start their companies.
Okay, perfect. Let's see here. Guys, it jumps around on me, so I apologize if I mess up here. Carol? Carol, you there?
I am. Good morning. I am Carol Proctor. I am an HR consultant and business development consultant as well. And I am in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Debbie Moore.
Hi, I'm Debbie Moore, and I'm in Oklahoma City, and I work for the E.L. and Thelma Gaylord Foundation.
Oh, very good. All right. Hi. Ellen. Ellen?
Hi, I just had to unmute. I'm Ellen Sills-Levy. I'm founder and director of Client Insights for ESL Insights. We're a global marketing research and consulting company. I'm based in New York, and my partners are based in Seattle, Taiwan, and I'm just thinking sort of all over, to be honest, and one in New Jersey, one close to me, but we're not seeing each other now. So.
Right. Welcome. Debbie Fleming.
Good morning. I'm Debbie. I'm a retired financial executive from several public companies. I now teach in the graduate program at Oklahoma City University, and I've also started doing some restructuring work for some companies that are considering their options in this environment.
Perfect. Yeah, you're an expert cash manager. Honorata? Honorata?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry I had to unmute.
Okay.
My name is Honorata. I am a real estate agent here in Oklahoma City. And what I do the best is sell the homes.
Okay. All right. Very good. Jean Kelly. Okay, Jean. Are you
Good
mute?
morning.
There we go.
I was trying to be kind with the barking dog. I'm Jean Kelly, Tulsa, Oklahoma, industrial sociologist, and we help people get better.
Very good. Very good. Jonna?
Good morning. I'm Jonna Herbert with the Analyst Ministries. I work with teens, providing them support groups, classes, camps, and retreats in order to help them just stabilize and do better than what they've witnessed so far.
Oh, very good. Very good. All right, Tamara, I think you just joined us.
I did. Sorry, I was behind on a conference call. How are you all today?
Good, good. Nice to have you here.
Good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Tamara, tell them who you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. I just thought I was I am Tamara Walden with Tiger Natural Gas. I'm out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're a company that's a diverse company, Native American woman owned, and we provide natural gas to utilities and then also retail, hotels, throughout the United States to 55,000 customers behind 32 utilities. And we also provide wholesale as well. And we are also a sustainable company too, bringing new products to our customers as well in that arena. So
Perfect.
Great to be here today. Yeah,
Glad you're here. All right, did I miss anybody? Amy, you're going to be on in just a second. Isabel, you're going to introduce her.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Anyone else I missed besides you two? Okay.
My coffee.
Let's go ahead then. All right, so let's go ahead and start. Thank you so much for being here today, you guys. I think this is going to be a great call. Very, very important information today. On the instructions, if you would please mute your line. If you wish to speak, please unmute your line and then put it back on after the discussion. We are recording the call, and guys, I post the calls on the Purse Power site after they're over underneath the coronavirus tab on our website, so you can always get to them. And please feel free to make any comments you like in the chat box as we go, and then work them into the discussion. So let me go ahead and hand this over to Isabel. And Isabel, would you please introduce Amy?
Yes, I'd be happy to. Good morning, everybody. I'm Isabel Brennan from Crothers Consulting. We are an HR boutique consulting firm in Northeast New Jersey. We're the place that's going to be getting snow this weekend, so to say. We provide services to small to middle market companies, everything from org design and comp strategy to leadership and executive training. And with that, I parlay to Amy Arvary, our senior coach and hypnotherapist, who will be providing you some calm in the chaos this morning. So Amy, welcome, and
thank you.
Away.
Thanks, Isabel. Thank you, Donna, for having me here, and thank you, ladies, for all being here. What a great way to start Friday morning, especially during this time, this pandemic that we're all experiencing at different stages and levels while we're still trying to navigate through everything that we're trying to make happen and handle and maneuver. So today we're doing a program called Finding Calm in the Chaos. What's going to happen in a couple of moments is I'm going to walk you through some exercises. I'm going to explain some things about your thinking that can allow you to adjust perhaps how you're feeling, so we can adjust how you are behaving as you move through this experience, so you can align with everything that you really desire to be experiencing. We're going to do a little guided meditation, and then I'm going to set you free to go ahead and manifest all the stuff that you're working on right now. My name is Amy Arvary. I am a clinical hypnotherapist, a performance coach. I work with companies. I am a senior coach with Crothers Consulting, and we create programs like this for companies designed to help the mindset of wherever our companies, our employees, or our clients may find themselves. So right now, we're doing a lot of work with people who are going through this crisis and using it as a platform to step out of it brighter and sharper and more abundant than they were even before they went through it. So these programs are designed to really help you adjust your thinking so that you can really step into this thing that we're all hoping will happen. So before we begin, I'd like to ask you in the chat box, if you can please just put one word in there, how you're feeling right now. As we start our Friday morning on this day of this year, I would love to see how you're feeling right now. Energized. Energized is good. Energized is good. Excited and ready. That's usually what I say. I love that. Blessed, peaceful, excited, hopeful, encouraged. Ladies, of course, you're so fabulous. These are wonderful feelings. This is fantastic. Free. Free is a beautiful thing to feel because that means you're open. You're open to all of the possibilities and opportunities that are coming your way. So you can switch to the next slide if you wouldn't mind, please. Deb, thank you. And we can go a little further. Let's just get right into it. Here we go. Let's go back. Let's go forward. One more. Yes, this is where I think we should begin. So it's really important to understand that in this moment in time, this is what I consider and a part of what I teach. And this is called the 1 foot in, 1 foot in syndrome. Now, what that means is as we're moving through our life experience, we pick up momentum and we move 1 foot in front of the other, learning and growing, getting setbacks, adjusting, redirecting, and we keep doing this. But as we do this, there comes a point in that process of manifesting or evolving that we have 1 foot in what was, right? All of the responsibilities, some of the tasks, some of the people, the places, the things that were, and they're no longer the way they were. We're entering into a space of what is being created, but it's not yet created. So we haven't yet stepped all the way into that space. So it's the space between what was and what is becoming. And that space can feel extremely uncomfortable. It can cause us to feel frustrated and angry. It can cause us to feel hopeless, misdirected, anxious. It can prevent us from sleeping well at night or performing as we wish we could during the day. But becoming aware that that is a part of the process of our personal evolution allows us to be open to the possibilities that are available to us during that time, right? So understanding that we're in this 1 foot in, 1 foot in place allows us to focus more intensely on what it is we actually want next, because this is the time of creation. This is when what we do right now is really going to be evident in just a few days or weeks or months from now. And that's so exciting. So I have created some guided meditations to allow you to really let go a lot of the anxiety or the fear or the doubt or any of those limiting thoughts that may prevent you from really being able to see all the pieces of that big picture that I know you have somewhere in there, right? So I'm curious, are you aware of some of those blocks in your thinking? For example, I had a real estate agent come to see me, and while she was speaking to me, she told me that she had this fear of making phone calls. And it was a silly fear, she thought, but to pick up the phone and make calls just terrified her. And she knew also that if she could just do that, that her ability to increase her business and be more impactful would intensify greatly. So we did some guided meditation, and during that, we really allowed her to let go of all of those things that were blocked up inside of her, giving her evidence to not make the call. She was ready to let go of that stuff so that she could actually make those calls. So that's what happened. And a week later, she came in so excited because she was now the phone call queen, because she was just feeling it and feeling the success of that. So being mindful during that space, that unknown, uncomfortable space, that space where it feels like things may be falling apart or more of a struggle, that's the space between what was and what is becoming. And that is a power spot. That is an absolute power spot. So in that spot, you want to make sure that you are allowing your input and everything you bring into you to allow you to feel the way you want. The formula you see on the screen, thoughts equal feelings equal action, or inaction equal your experience. That goes for every single part of our lives. How we think about things directly affects how we feel, right? You think of something and it makes you feel a certain way. You could think of one thing and it makes you smile, brings you right back. You smile, your shoulders go back. You could think of another thing and it makes your chest tight and your stomach uncomfortable. It can give you a headache or make you tired or depressed, right? Our thoughts are so powerful. So how we think about something directly affects how we feel about that thing. And here's the trick. How we feel about that thing is going to directly affect how we behave, right? If I'm feeling happy and confident and good, then I'm going to behave happy and confident and good. And if I'm allowing my thoughts to be negative and insecure or fearful or doubtful, then that's going to come out in my behavior. And my behavior dictates my whole experience, right? So everything you're thinking is totally cool. It's totally acceptable. It makes a lot of sense why you are. But here's the truth. From this moment forward, just know that everything you allow yourself to think is helping create your own personal experience, regardless if you think it's true or not. Our brains are always listening to what we tell them, right? We convince ourselves of everything. We believe everything that we have decided to believe. So how you think about something directly affects how you feel. How you feel directly affects how you behave, the action you take or the inaction that you take. And that, of course, creates your experience. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. And I hope that you use that as you move through your day. So at this point, I think we should go ahead and do some guided meditation so you can really feel it. So you can really feel what that feels like and see it perhaps more clearly than you have in the past. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to get comfortable. You can like slouch down in your chair if you need to, or just sit if you'd like. If you have glasses on, you can take them off. If you have shoes on, you can slide them off, or slippers. I know what's really happening under there. And you can just get yourself comfortable. Once you're nice and comfortable, I'm going to just guide you through a nice relaxation. And once I get you nice and relaxed, then I'm going to ask you to imagine some things. If you can imagine those things, excellent. Enjoy the show. Some people, however, don't imagine the images that I say. Some people imagine pictures or feelings. So there's no right or wrong. This is just a moment for you to step out of the chaos and have a moment of peace. So with that being said, you can all get comfortable. And I'm going to turn some music on that I thought I had all set up already. Don't you like that? Yes, here it is. So now you can just close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, you're going to just take a nice deep breath in. Just fill your lungs all the way and let that breath out slowly. As you do, just give yourself permission to relax. Give yourself permission to just relax for these next few moments where you can adjust your thinking in a way that will align you with everything you desire. And you can take another deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way, and this time, hold that breath. Just hold that breath. Very, very slowly exhale. Feel your shoulders drop down. Feel your arms drop down, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, even your fingers. Let them get nice and comfortable. And you can take another deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way, and hold this breath. Just hold this breath. Very slowly exhale. Feel all the muscles in your chest flatten out and let go. And your whole body drops down now from the top of your head all the way down to the tips of your toes. Every muscle, every nerve, every single cell in your body relaxes. And it feels so good to just relax. You can feel your scalp relax. Your scalp just lets go as that feeling travels down over your forehead and your eyebrows. They just let go. All those little muscles around your eyes and your eyelids, they just flatten out. They relax. Your cheeks, your lips, all the little muscles around your mouth, your jaw, and your chin, they just relax. And you can spread this feeling down the front of your neck and the back of your neck, all the tightness in your shoulder area, it just melts away. And you can spread that feeling down your back. Every muscle in your back relaxes. Take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs all the way. And as you exhale now, feel your organs relax, your heart, your lungs, your stomach. Release all tension, all toxicity. Your organs relax. And this feeling travels through your hips and down your legs, relaxing your thighs, your knees, your calves, ankles, and feet. Even your toes are so relaxed. And what a gift you have, this ability to relax whenever you need, whenever you want. And you can go deeper and deeper into this feeling as you imagine yourself at the top of the most beautiful staircase. And 10 steps lead down to the floor below. And in a moment, we'll walk down the stairs. As you do, you'll feel yourself go deeper and deeper into this wonderful feeling. So go ahead, step down to the 9th step carefully. Feel yourself go deeper. Step down now to 8, down to 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're at the bottom of the stairs now. Notice the door in front of you, that gorgeous door. Go ahead, push it open. It opens so easily, and you step outside into the most beautiful meadow with long grass swaying in the breeze, and the sky, it's that perfect shade of blue, and the sun is so brilliant, shining down on you, shining down on this whole scene. You are calm, clear. And here in this very moment, you can allow that sun's energy, that sun's warmth to heal and balance you as you feel it on your skin. And you can allow that sun's energy now to warm your face. And as that energy begins to collect, you feel it penetrate your skin as that golden light travels down through your face and your neck, your chest, your legs, filling your body with brightness, with light, pushing out all darkness, all fear, all doubt, all insecurity, all stale thinking. You are vibrant and alive, clear, ready, motivated, inspired, filled with light. You are free, so free that you begin to run now, feeling your feet on the ground and the wind on your face. You are free, free from any limitation that once held you back, free to every opportunity and possibility you can desire. And you run until you come to the edge of the meadow on a cliff looking out over the most beautiful ocean you have ever seen. And here you pause, still feeling that sun's energy on your skin, and you give thanks for every moment that has brought you to this very one, this moment of peace and clarity and calm. And you can notice now from where you stand that pathway leading down to that small piece of beach. Go ahead, make your way down, feeling motivated and ready. Easily you make your way down, and then you feel that warmth of the sand under your feet. And you can smell the sea air. This beach is a healing beach. Now that you are clear and calm, here you can allow your mind to show you all of those things that you are manifesting, that you are becoming, achieving, creating, resolving. And I'm going to count now from 1 to 20 as you just allow your mind to show you what success is to you now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Confident and clear, vibrant, ready, inspired and motivated, filled with light. Notice what it looks like, what it feels like, what you look like, what you feel like. You are doing it. You find yourself waking every morning with a new motivation, with a new clarity, moving through the day, smiling. You are doing it. Sleeping well at night and waking fully refreshed. This is who you are. In a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 5. At the count of 5, you'll open your eyes, feeling refreshed and very awake. You will have wonderful feelings flowing through your body, wonderful thoughts flowing through your mind. 1, 2, 3, remembering the helpful suggestions. 4 and 5, eyes open, out of meditation, feeling refreshed and very awake. Welcome back. That's the worst part, is coming back. I know, right? You guys can put your microphones on, or actually in the chat room, if you'd like to just throw me out a word. How you feeling? How was that? Did you make it to the stairs? How was the breathing for you? I hope the breathing was good. That's something that you can do every day. You know, when you sit at your desk, take those breaths, let your shoulders drop. As you move through your day, remember to do that. It's like letting out some of the pressure so it doesn't build all the way. Calm is excellent. That's good. Did you make it to the stairs? Did you make it to the meadow? How was your meadow? I love the meadow. And oh my goodness, did you make it to the cliff, the meadow? Did you make it to the beach by any chance? And if you made it to the beach, I hope you saw things that blew your mind. So thank you so much for that time. And Donna, I'm going to hand it back to you. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. It's going to be good to try to remember to do that on a daily basis or weekly basis. I'm trying to take everybody off mute. Well, I'm going to allow you guys to go ahead and talk. Any discussion about this? Was it helpful?
It was
I have
great.
a question.
Yes.
Very freeing. Thank you.
Excellent.
I'm going to get your book. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent.
It was great.
Joanna,
Amy,
did you
would
have a
you say?
question?
Yes. Would you say that this is almost equivalent to the transcendent meditation? Because that's
Yes,
something that I've
yes.
been looking into at night. Well, that's when I do it, is at night. But it was almost, I was like, this is it.
Yeah, it's so similar. It's so similar. The difference is there's suggestions put into my meditation, right? Which allows you to put it into a certain part of your brain, which helps you with processing and, you know, taking in information, so that when you collect all the stuff you're collecting during the day, in the evening, as you process all that stuff together, the stuff you just heard and experienced is going to get mixed into that. So it kind of like sweetens up the pot, if you will. It's like vitamins for the brain. It's good.
Do you have a recording? This is Ellen. Do you have a recording or something that's accompanying your book, or is there something that we could get for our iPhones before we go
Thank
to
you so much.
sleep?
Thank you so much. So I have a whole bunch of videos on YouTube. There's a lot of meditations if you search my name on YouTube. And if you search my name, you'll find lots of stuff probably. But on YouTube, I know there's a lot of morning meditations and that kind of thing. So please help yourself, because how we think is so important to how we feel. And we're all success people here. And that's so important for us as part of the game that we're playing. So thank you.
Thank you.
So this is Susan. And can you hear me? I've been on half on the phone, half on the computer. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah. Susan, could you turn one of them off? Because I'm hearing replication. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
Yeah. My experience was when you were asking us when we were finally to think about like what we wanted, and to me is I had this sort of a free flow of just one word thing.
Yes.
It was just like books, travel, friends. Is that normal to just have it be one word coming like a little parade, one word?
That's awesome. That's just fantastic. So I would write those words down. Definitely write those words down and somehow begin to incorporate those things a little more into your daily experience. Because those are the things that you're wanting to incorporate. Those are the things that bring you joy and allow you to feel success and abundance. So whatever those things were, just jot them down and you'll see them evolve and you'll be feeling the result of that for sure. That's awesome. That's great. For me, I see almost like sticky notes, like those fast little notes kind of when I do it. Yeah, everybody does it a little different.
Other discussion?
You and I can look this over again, but you mentioned about your thoughts and then your thoughts.
Yep, your thoughts equal your feelings.
Feelings, okay.
Yep, equal your action or inaction. Equal your experience.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's really good.
No, I really like that.
I'm happy to hear that. It really works for every single part of your life. And, you know, and very often we try to change our behavior or our action, right? And we get so frustrated because the action comes back or it keeps resurfacing, but that's because the thoughts about it are still feeding it. So if we just change the thought about it, just convince ourselves differently. Like we've already convinced ourselves of whatever it is we're thinking.
Yeah.
Right?
No, definitely. This is great.
Excellent. Thank you.
Great for my son too, I think, you know.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's great.
I was reading a book and it was talking about the fact that if you ever find yourself angry or I can say morning traffic when I worked out times off, it was find things on your way to wherever you are, find things and say, I love that tree. It makes me feel blah. And if you do that at least 3 times, it changes your entire attitude. So just looking at the thoughts, feelings, actions / inactions, and experience, you know, it really does work to talk to yourself.
Listen, your brain is different. Yeah, I always say we're always listening to ourselves, right? So your brain is always listening. You know, what we say and think, it's always listening.
Yeah.
Right.
So true.
Unfortunately, sometimes we tell ourselves more negative than positive. So
Yes.
having
So,
the
you know,
being still.
Yes. A good little trick in the beginning also, real quickly, set your alarm, guys. You have an alarm on your phone, set it every hour, or set it like for after every call or every meeting or every time you get up to go to the bathroom. Set it so that in that moment you look around and give gratitude for something. You acknowledge something beautiful or wonderful around you. You think of something that makes you smile. Like just breaking up your day kind of creates the habit of doing that, and it becomes how you see things and work around them. So that should be helpful.
And I don't know if it's true or not, but I've heard that you can't be grateful and depressed at the same time. You can't be grateful and anxious at the same time.
No, you can be one thing only, even though sometimes we feel like we're, 100 things at once, right? One channel at a time, the rest is static, right? One channel at a time, the rest is static. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other contributions? Any other thoughts?
So I have a question. Is there like a 5-minute similar meditation, as we're running here and there? Is there 5 minutes of meditation steps that we can go through as you were going through that, where we walk down the steps? Is there something similar we can do in a shorter period of time?
Yes, this is a wonderful practice. So I'll go slowly if you want to write it down. Here's what you can do during the day to allow this to become part of your practice. Pick a time that's regular throughout your day. So like I said, if it's every time you hang up the call or pick up a call, if it's every time you get up from your desk or sit down, whatever it is. And in that moment, take a deep breath and drop your shoulders. Take a deep breath and drop your shoulders. You'll be surprised how high your shoulders are every time you do this. So take a deep breath and drop your shoulders. And then take another deep breath and let your body relax. Just let it drop. And then I would repeat 3 times. Thank you. So it looks like this. Ready? So it looks like, thank you, thank you, thank you. Got it? And then if you have another moment, allow your mind to just, what do I want? Ask, what do I want? Your brain is always listening. Ask, what do I want? It will show you, like perhaps you just saw glimpses of. What do I want? And don't direct the answer though. Be open to anything that comes your way. Boy, I'm giving you guys all the secrets now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you talking to your subconscious mind when you do this?
You're always talking to your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
When we wake up in the morning, our mind goes into a frequency that allows us to gather billions of bits of information. So right now we are each gathering billions of bits of information. Is it warm enough? Is it too cold? Is your body comfortable? Are you seeing everything comfortably? Are there any noises calling your attention? There's so much that you're processing right now. So when we go to sleep, those thoughts that we've collected get gathered and kind of put down, and we make sense of them. Like that's why our dreams are so weird, because it's taking all that new stuff, mixing it with the old stuff so it makes sense to us. We're interpreting it all. That's why incorporating something like we just did is so helpful, because as we start to incorporate all of that into who we are and how we are, we're putting the good stuff in there, not just all the stress and all the responsibility and all the fear and all the pressure and all, not just all of that, because that's how we end up feeling. So putting this stuff in there is so helpful and good. I hope that answered the question.
Very good. Yep, sure did. Sure did.
Yeah.
All right, outstanding. Thank you so much. I think that was really valuable. Appreciate it.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. We're all walking taller now.
Excellent. Excellent.
Isabel, do you want to say anything?
Other than thank you very much for introducing Amy and I and Crothers Consulting to this wonderful group of ladies. I love hearing your comments and reading your words. It does do our heart good to know that we're leaving you in a good place. Fellow HR consultants, hail us all. And to all you other business leaders, I wish you a great weekend. And thanks again, Donna, for having us join you all this morning.
Absolutely. Our pleasure. Thank you so much. All right, so let's go ahead and keep going. We've got a couple of more minutes. And I want these calls to be just as valuable as they possibly can to you, okay? So we've had some folks come on and talk about technology. I think that this was really helpful in helping people through these stressful times. But I want to know what topics are of greatest interest to you for future calls. You can either say it or you can put it in the chat box. Next week, just for reference, guys, I'm thinking about having someone come talk about the protocol of Zoom calls. She's a communications expert who's got a PhD in communication. And then I'm also going to have somebody talk about the technology, because there's some things that you can do to make these more effective. That's one thought. What are some other ideas that you have? So AI innovation, I see Jean there.
Maybe in those Zoom calls to understand how to manage larger groups.
Yes, yes, yes. I agree.
Yeah, and Zoom, by the way, has some very effective tutorials with that too, with live people doing it.
Oh, very good. All right, and that's on their website, I take it?
It's on their website, and then we'll send you emails for the live tutorials, which I like a lot. I get blocked with writing outreach, new business emails to people, okay? And since I'm trying to reach financial services companies, I'd love some help with maybe that kind of writing. I block myself all the time, or some guidance with that.
So I think what you're saying is blog writing, and in specific for you, it's the financial industry?
Well, yeah, and I'm in the market research business, so I'm trying to reach the directors because we have a lot of things on hold right now. And I've been reaching out to clients, but I want to reach out to new clients. And I also send emails, but I have been blocked in doing that.
Okay, and blocked means what? That they're not receiving them, or that you're having a hard time writing them?
I'm having a time writing them. I see in my head keep saying, oh, they're not going to want to get this now. No, they're not going to move. So if maybe today was very helpful, but somebody with that process too.
Okay.
Because emails are still effective today.
Yeah, yeah. All right, other thoughts, guys? Other priorities for you?
One thing I thought of possibly is everybody on here already certified as a woman-owned business?
They may or may not be.
No, and I think that's a great idea. No.
Okay, I mean, that could be something I'd be more than happy to share with. I mean, I've been certified as my company prior to merging into Tiger since 2003. And the benefits of, having that, because that puts you in, like you mentioned, the financial sector. If you're certified as a woman business, you can go directly to their diversity and tell them what you're trying to get. They'll get you right to that director. So it's a great.
Very good. So is this the WeBank the WeBank certification you're talking about?
The WeBank and the National Minority, because you can be minority as well. We happen to be, now that I merged, we're both. So we've got two complete sustaining members that we can go out to Uber, Google, Starbucks, and pick up the phone, send them an email, and you're immediately getting contacted in. You set up on their site. So if there's anything out related to your business, they'll send you the RPs or requests that we'd like to work with you. How can you help us? Because they need your spend in their portfolio.
That would be very helpful, actually. I was with that and did that in a previous company that I sold. I could use the refresher for this one.
It's gotten even stronger. I mean, I started it back when it wasn't probably as high demand, but I was in energy, and it happened that California had a very high goal in California. So that was my target market that I went after. But since I've gotten involved with that, it's evolved, and I got on boards in Washington. And we became a utility market access partnership board. Now it's becoming the thing to do for your stock too. So for every company, they want to talk about their diversity,
which we absolutely want to help with. I mean, I would love to get more women on boards and do everything we can to help you.
Yeah, that would be great if we had that.
So that's a thought, and I'll be more than happy to share that myself. I can, or I could actually get one of the presidents of the councils to come on and talk about it, if that would be more helpful. Like Debbie Hurst might come on and do that.
That would be great.
So you tell me what you'd like and I'll help facilitate that.
Okay, I'm capturing it. Very good. Okay, good. Any other thoughts on future calls? I'm seeing AI, we've got Pinterest, SEO, Instagram. Go ahead.
I'd like to second Nan and Susan's request for SEO information, as well as tutorials on Pinterest and Instagram. I think, while I don't deal with Pinterest as much, Instagram is a beast of its own, and SEO is a whole nother planet. So I think any expertise in that would be really invaluable, especially for business owners that are kind of operating all under one house and not outsourcing.
Sure, sure. Okay, very good. The other thing I wanted to ask you guys is, as this grows, would you be more interested in staying as we are? We've got people from all kinds of industries and actually throughout the US. Or would you rather talk to people in your industry across the US? Or would you rather talk to people geographically? Like the people in my town?
I kind of like the diversity of people from all over myself.
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah,
Because I participate in my industry all day long.
Right.
Okay, okay. So people outside of your industry and across the US, you like the national format we've got right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you might be able to help them in a way that could be, you're already talking and related to energy, that they really need a financial person over here, you know, that's doing what you're doing. And I could maybe help facilitate networking you into those kind of opportunities.
Right, right. Very good.
Yeah, this is Susan. I'm also interested, you know, because I do like all the geographic diversity that we have. And I know this would be just kind of like a discussion, but I'm interested in learning about what's happening, you know, in these various cities. You know, how small business doing, you know, what are the challenges? It just kind of, you know, sometimes when you're watching television, you're only getting like one narrow view of things, and especially being in the Washington, D.C. area. And so I would really like to know what's, like, for example, what's going on in Oklahoma City, small business wise. What are the challenges? What's going on in New Jersey? I don't know if other people have an interest, but I would love to know about that.
Well, and what I've been doing, guys, is I've been copying you all on the notes and things. And again, we post them on our website, but I'm copying you so that you have each other's email addresses, so that if you want to reach out to each other, you know, you heard something on the call, somebody's a financial planner, you want to ask some questions, you guys have each other to use as a networking group.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good, good, good. Any other comments about what Purse Power could do to add the most possible value to you right now?
So I have something I'd like to ask the group.
Yeah.
Would helping with the marketing aspect through a more assertive networking opportunity be of value? And what I mean by that is, a couple of people have said getting leads, getting more clients, making connections, having the right contacts. Would it be helpful if we better understood your needs and align our networking, share the journey calls, so you can make contact and connections with those people who may later become your clients?
So actively matching people, Carol? Whoops. Carol?
Yeah, did you hear?
I didn't. I heard some music, but actively matching people, is that what you mean?
Yes, actively matching people with marketing client opportunity or with leads. And I heard a couple of people mention that, you know, that's one of the biggest sort of sticking points, right? We all need business, we all need client opportunities. So how can Purse Power basically help bring that value to you through these forums?
I think, in my opinion, it's kind of what we're doing right now, because like I've already went to some of you on LinkedIn, so just know I am following you now. The request is there. But what I've done with anybody that I do attach, or I attempt to do with anybody I network with LinkedIn on, is if you post, I'll turn around and repost your post so that it gets to my network. I may not need your service, but somebody in my network may. So I think if we better utilize some of the systems that we have, and even doing this, I probably never would have ran into any of you ladies here in Oklahoma City. And even if I did, I wouldn't have known what you do, and we wouldn't have had these types of conversations. So I think using some of the social platforms that we have, and I need to do a better job at getting in Purse Power and playing around, and that's why I put that is I haven't played around in the app to see how I can better utilize Purse Power to be able to answer that question, Carol. But I think to an extent, this is part of it.
Our network and the 750,000 businesses we've got in our directory and all that are fantastic. And I think some of these connections are really important right now. I mean, you're having a rough time, I would imagine, getting out with customers, and we're trying to provide you a way to communicate who you are, what you're doing. And to your point, Jana, is can we share the posts, get folks out to our networks, which someone in that network may need them. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, I mean, and that was pretty much it, is just utilizing those and making sure that we're looking one another up, or trying to find some way to stay in contact and share those posts so that it is getting visible to more people.
Yeah.
And putting it in front of more.
Okay. Other comments? Okay, well, we're coming up on time. What I'd ask is that you guys do register your business at pursepower.com if you haven't. Tamara, I want to take you up on the certification. Okay. So I've already started to line up the whole Zoom thing and being effective on Zoom calls for next week, but maybe the week after that if you're free.
Okay. Do you want me to get Debbie Hurst, see if she'd be available?
Sure, absolutely. Well, sounds great. Sounds great.
And with that, when you discuss that, can you tell us whether there's anything special for each state that we're in terms of the certification? Will you cover that too?
I can, but it ends up, if you become certified, you're basically national once you get certified. Great. So it takes you everywhere. Good. And a lot of people don't know that. They think they just get certified in their state, but this.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I raised the question to you. Thank you.
I'll ahead before, and I'll send you the list of all the sustaining members that are all the corporations you're probably targeting right now, and they are very, very hungry to work with women and minority-owned businesses.
Tamara, this is Victoria at Chapelwood Financial. Thank you for that. We registered a long time ago as well as a certified women-owned business, and we've never done anything with it, but we get asked occasionally, maybe once every 3 or 4 years. My question is, once you certify, are you always certified, or do you have to renew that every year?
You have to renew every year.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Certified through the Women's Council out of Dallas, or did you certify through the state?
I believe we certified through the state. It would have been whatever Terry Neese told me to do is what we did.
This is different. This is through the state doesn't really work proactively to benefit you. I mean, they have a certification because there's certain opportunities within the state, but they really don't have the outreach that getting truly certified by the WeBank Council, that puts you in a bigger league. Plus you've got a branded, icon that you can put on your website, and you can be searched that way, along with, and there's other opportunities in Oklahoma too. You can become an SBA hub zone company. A lot of people don't know that. So there's a lot of information like that that can really take you to another level too. So,
okay. What do we need to do to go check? Is there a website we can go check to see if
yes, it's WBENC.com. But to get certified, you're located in Oklahoma. Where are you located, Victoria?
In Edmond.
You're in Edmond. Okay, so you would get certified through Dallas.
Okay.
And that would be the WBC Southwest. You can look that up, and I'd go there first because it'll actually show you the certification. And Debbie Hurst is the president, and she actually was the first president that started actually where it became a national thing. And she's still there, and she. I've worked with her since I got certified in 2003, and we have a regional group here, and we rotate between Oklahoma City and Tulsa. So we have meetings as well here because I didn't want to have to travel to Dallas all the time, but there's opportunities in Dallas as well. But I don't think the state does a very good job of knowing that that's there to refer you. And I hear more people when I first started in 2003 to try to bring this to Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
there was only 17 people in our state that were certified. And there was a lot of women-owned businesses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they are not getting the same opportunities, you know, and a lot of them now have moved on with the product, let's say, and they're in Walmart and they're going worldwide with their products. So it gives you I mean, really just takes a couple of good companies, depending upon what your business is, to really get you established. And then they network amongst themselves, the women and the men that are the diversity people. They know you're good. They know you're nimble. You can quickly come up with a solution. Then you get networked out to all the other companies and your business grows. So
perfect.
I look forward to that. Very, very learning more.
I just think a lot of people don't know it. Now that I've experienced it and I've been on a board in Washington and I've seen so much of that disconnect, you know, I'm not here whatever I can to help other women. That's just, you know, something I love to do. So
perfect.
And I've been at it for 2003, so I guess 17 years.
Wow.
Thank you.
And the reason I did it, just to give you a quick snapshot, I worked for a large corporation and we were getting ready to renew our jet fuel contracts for Federal Express. And they asked what our diversity spend was. So I got a call from the CEO. What's our diversity spend? You know, down there in energy, you know, are we doing anything? Well, we weren't tracking anything. We weren't doing a thing. They said, well, we're not going to renew our contracts unless you're working with diverse companies. So it was a big, uh-oh, what are we doing wrong here? So that's where that really kind of hit them right in the pants, because they were really the best source to supply them. And that was in Tennessee at the time. They had a refinery there. So that's when I started doing my research on it. And that's when I saw the void. And that's when I left and started my own company.
And what year was that, Tamara? Because we did this back under, you know, George W. Bush. So,
pardon?
I said we did this under George W. Bush. So, what year was that happened?
I was in 2003, so it would have been probably. Who was? I don't know. I have to go back and think who was in presidency in 2003. Was it Bush? Who was it? Shoot, I don't know.
I don't even know. All right, guys, it is 11 o'clock. Thank you so much. Sure appreciate you being on the call today. Amy and Isabel, thank you very much for coming and presenting your information. And I hope everybody joins us next Friday. And the Friday after that, we'll have We Bank on. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you
have a good
all.
day.
Have a great week.
Take care.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Bye.
Donna.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm trying to make sure I get the recording. See ya.